and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna
he's going to use that apron.
He's going to use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's going to get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Stekenis is going to win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Airbourne Speedway for tonight's feature presentation of the HOBO Racing Modified Series. As always, I'm your host, Joe TowNetwork. Alongside me tonight, Mr. Ricky Collette. Welcome to the race, Ricky.
Hi there, Joe. Glad to be back here tonight. Coming to you for Wheeling Modified Racing. I guess that's what we call it, right? What do they call it here?
Modifieds Racing here with the HOBO Racing League. First time since, I believe, February. We've been here on a Thursday with, because obviously Bomb Squad Cup Series action usually taking place on Thursday nights, but these tonight and next Thursday night we're going to have modified action with the HOBO Racing League. It's going to be awesome. HOBO Racing, the home of the mods. I think. Probably. They got them.
Most cases.
Most cases. Thursday nights. But Ricky, this track, again, this is our race preview presented by our friends at Circle Diecast. Make sure you use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your purchase of $20 or more. 120 laps tonight around this half mile. Now, we know these modified races, they're always very intense. They fly by as well.
Yeah, they certainly do. Look at the times right now. We're talking about 18.5 seconds for the fastest car on track. They wanted just to kind of dist in practice alone. So you kind of get a feel right now. You're getting close. You're beneath a quarter of a minute per lap. So, you know, 100 plus laps here. That's chump change for the short track world, Joe. And excuse me, it should fly by super quick here. These guys, it's gonna get you a little dizzy here tonight. Very small track that we're running at. Not the smallest, but it's a half mile. It's pretty banked, so these guys are just going to seem like they're in a blender all night. A lot of this track is turned, not a lot of straightaway here at Airbourne.
Well, no walls in the corners, too, so nothing really to catch except for the wall here on the front straightaway, and even that wall on the back straightaway, it's got some grass between it and the racing surface, though that will also be something to watch out for tonight. A very unique racetrack for a great racing series, the HOBO Racing Mods. Folks, make sure if this is your first time tuning in, you hit that like button and subscribe. Obviously, see a bunch of regulars in chat, and Rubino Mackenzie Weston. Thank you, too, so much for tuning in here tonight. This is, believe it or not, Ricky, and I told you this like right before the broadcast, but this should be, if all things go according to plan, our last live broadcast in the original JTN studio. That's just, man, oh man, 1 year later, pretty much. And we're moving studios. It's gonna be a fun time, but can't thank you folks enough for all that you do for us here on JTN, all the support you give us, and hopefully we can continue to bring you the best racing action on the web here on JTN. Kind of hoping you tack something on there, Ricky, but it seems like the old brain's in the little blender right now, which is fine. It's fine. We're going to be in a blender tonight around the short track, aren't we?
You seemed like you kind of had that. You wrapped a bow quite nicely on it. I didn't know if you were looking for more. But yeah, it's going to be like a blender. Like I said, very sizable banking here as well for tonight's event. Only 10 degrees technically, but it looks a lot more on track. I think without those walls there, it's going to create for an interesting perspective of this track. Makes it look like there's a lot more banking to this track than there really is. But interestingly enough, watching in practice, guess how many times I said interesting there? A lot of guys taking that low line didn't really seem to be venturing up higher than right down by the dirt there. So I have to see as these guys get into the race if a second groove starts to form and people start trying to use that banking to their advantage, try to kind of arc their entries different to figure out a way to get an advantage around this place. But right now, it might look like it's going to be just good old-fashioned one-lane short track with a whole ton of runoff space.
Gotta love that classic Thursday night short track under the lights action here in the middle of the summer, live here on JTN. Again, folks, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the little bell icon to be notified anytime we go live. And if you want to find out more from us, you can make sure you're following us on Twitter at JoeTowNetwork, on Facebook again at JoeTowNetwork, on TikTok at JoeTowNetwork. I mean, we try to make it as simple and concise for you as we can. It's a lot of letters to type in, but at least they're the same letters. Again, at JoeTowNetwork. Qualifying has concluded, it would appear, because the sky changed colors, Ricky. That means it's time for you to take us through tonight's starting lineup.
All right, with pleasure, Joe. For tonight's event, we have a starting field of 16 cars. Of those 16 cars, only 12 took a time. Only 12, that seems like a lot comparatively. I don't know why I said only, but starting on pole will be the 31 again of Jeff Stekenis at a time of 18.536 seconds, almost identical to what he was running in practice. Starting in second will be the 59 of Duke Sorensen at a time of 18.665 seconds. Third will be Rich Napick in the sixth. Steve Rubino in the fourth will round out that second row in the 21 car. Tyler Stallhood in the 15 starting top five this evening. Brendan Spatafora in the 37 will roll off sixth. Josh Boyer in the 41 will start seventh. Ron Simpson in the 25 will be starting eighth. Dan Rubino will start alongside him in the ninth position in the 44 car. Last car in the top 10 for this evening will be Darrell Brown in the 86 car, with Rod Weston in the 19 joining him in that row, fifth row. DJ Hinsky in the 14 will be the last car to take a time this evening in qualifying. He'll roll off 12th in the 14 car. Starting in 13th spot will be the 47 of Matt Smith. Starting in the 14th spot will be Herman Reese in the 73. Rod 17 will start in the 15th spot. And starting tail end of the field will be Richard Finkel in a 2 car from 16th position. And that's going to be our starting lineup for tonight's race, Joe. 16 cars doesn't sound like a lot, but just short track here. So it's going to be a very intimate setting for these guys. A lot less elbow room than you think.
And you can still flip. We just saw Tyler Stallhood flip that there down the back straightaway in that X-Side Batteries mod. So,
you know. Testing it out early.
And again, that's not something unusual for Tyler.
No tell on you.
We know him. We've known him for a long time. Friend of the show. So I think it's okay for me to say that. He'll probably tell me otherwise, but that's okay. There's Bino in that 44 mod. Looking good out here. But you talked about Jeff Stekenis. He won, I believe, the only modified race that we were able to broadcast so far this year at Richmond to open up the season. A lot of momentum for a team, right? You want to start staging momentum here as we're coming in on that stretch run to a championship in whatever league, in whatever series, right?
Yeah, you just want to stretch out that lead as much as you can. Sorry, a little out of practice here. Been used to doing rapid fire all week, and now we're kind of down to once a week right now. So I got to do the tongue exercises some more. I got to start doing my phonetics.
Send links for Ricky about how he can learn to talk a little bit better.
If someone could FedEx me just some Hooked on Phonics, that'd be fantastic.
Herman Reese in that 73 Cadillac, always in a Cadillac, always driving in luxury, always looking luxurious down there on the grid. That 73 car. Modified, these are cars, right? Modified cars?
Modified, yeah.
I can call them cars. 47 Matt Smith. Hey, Goody, congrats on the podium finish in your cup race. Steve Rubino also tuned in saying, hi, Steve, good luck tonight. Hope you have a good finish. We're knocking on wood that nothing bad happens. Because whenever we say, hope you have a good finish, something not bad always happens, and that's our fault. Chris Puffer writing in, goes Jeff Stekenis. Puffer family is here. Rooting on that 31. I believe it's the racetrack modified. Usually a tire pit stop strategy race. All right, look at that. Steve Rubino, JTN Research Department. Appreciate you, Steve.
We gotta start paying him. Then race reporter. Let's just say pit road reporter.
There you go. Well, that's Bristol's job. See, like, you're kind of encroaching on that, so...
Joe, this lack of a guardrails really gonna throw some people for a loop tonight, I feel like. That's what Tyler Stahl would do it again. Get off into that grass. You get up above that berm there, right on the top of the turn. You're out of the park because it's just gonna pull the car hard right into the grass there.
Now, I did go to a baseball game on Monday, and I saw one home run. And that was out of the park. Now, the Detroit Tigers won 14-0, so it was pretty dang good. But there's Josh Boyer out in the grass. Why is that, though? Why does the car pull like that when you hit the grass? It's that difference in grip, right?
Yeah, difference in grip. It's you know, your tires hit the grass is... Technically, the grass is going to have more resistance to it than going... Grass and dirt's going to have more resistance on the tires than going on pavement. So that side of the car is... In a sense, it takes more force for that side of the car to move forward than it does the other side, so it just pulls it in that... The whole thing basically starts to rotate on itself because the distribution of force is not consistent.
So very good evening to Barbara, Jason Awesome Gaming.
That's an awesome name.
Well, Ricky, your JTN driver t-shirt is just going to say, like, absolutely amazing. I think so. I think those
I'm
are
wearing my JTN shirt right now. I knew I had to get in character for tonight.
That's right, because that's what we are, a bunch of characters. Field getting ready to be lined up on the grid. We're getting ready to go. Green flag racing here from Airbourne. We're in Pennsylvania, right?
You know, I didn't even check.
I think
check what the itinerary said.
We're somewhere.
It's grass, so if
Bristol just puts a blindfold on me and then throws me in the jet.
Yeah, it spins me around a baseball bat, just lets me walk through the airport.
Get ready to go green flag racing here.
Drivers, start your engine!
And Bino also tuning in. Good luck tonight, Bino, in that 44.
There's a call to start engines here. We are rolling at Airbourne Speedway, where the action never stops, says it on their sign, and I can't imagine that we're going to see anything different tonight, Joe. I should expect a lot of action here. They say on the sign.
On the sign. You know,
it's on the sign.
Look, billboards on the back straightaway, no advertising space, absolutely sold out. That's how you know it's a sign that the racing is awesome here at Airbourne. Stakkenis and Sorensen, row number 1, get ready to go. Green flag racing here from Airbourne, 120 laps around this half-mile speedway. Field comes into the start zone. They wait for that green flag. There it is, down and away we go. Green flag here from Airbourne.
Jeff Stakkenis easily pulls out to a car length lead on the 59 Duke Sorensen, and they're coming powering down the back straightaway here. Tyler Stallhood already challenging the 21 is Steve Rubino for that 4th position.
Stallhood to the inside.
Oh, we got a car around the front stretch. 14 DJ Hinsky almost over on his route. 73 of Herman Reese is in it. 17 of Pushrod's in it. That's going to be our first caution of the evening.
It happens here, Ricky, from our helicopter cam. I believe this is probably the only time a helicopter's been here at Airbourne. It's like,
it looks like they're getting close to 3 wide here. Hinsky's in the middle, Herman Reese is on the bottom. It seems like either Hinsky's car start, you kind of just see it. It almost starts to move on its own, like it's starting to rotate back down the track. And Reese is way down on that bottom, and I don't think he could really go anywhere there. And Hinsky get together, 14 goes around. Really what is a tough shot for him is what the 17 of Pushrod does there, but
nowhere for that 17 to go, though.
Realistic damage this evening, so you got to be concerned for that 17. You don't need that top end speed because it's a short track, but it's still going to hurt your acceleration. It's probably going to hurt your aero grip too. It's not
ideal.
Not ideal.
Jinx, show me a Coke.
unless we get a sponsorship deal, I don't know you squat.
Well, Jessica Kennis still your leader, started on pole, led them all tonight. Welcome, Mr. Colbster94. Yes, that's right, Jason. This is NR 2003.
Hopester in chat says, nice Gordon knockoff. What is this, iRacing?
No, it's NR 2003.
And to that I say, nice Bill Elliott knockoff. What is this, 1996?
What is this, not winning a race?
Not winning a race for 6 years?
Oof.
We know, we can do that. We know who that is.
Take a picture of chat real quick.
It's like a... Yeah, just like the 15 Tyler Stallhood, if we know the person enough that we can start throwing knives at him midway through the race, then we're gonna do it. we're not gonna go at people that just want to watch a race.
We're just mean up here in the booth.
Mean. I just hate everything.
Joey tuning in tonight too. Welcome, Mr. Stefano. Tampa Bay Lightning, 2021 Stanley Cup champions. Ricky, you're not a hockey guy, right? Even though you're up there in the Northeast.
Yeah. So the thing about hockey, 17 push rod stopped on track right now. Thing about hockey is, I actually forgot how they separated their games. So I went to a hockey game, I think like 2 or 3 years ago was the last time I went to a hockey game, and I thought there were quarters. I didn't realize it until like the first segment ended. But there were only 3 of them.
First period.
Yeah, I thought they were split up like in fourths. I didn't realize there were only 3 periods because I don't watch hockey at all.
Ricky Collette,
hockey expert,
sports connoisseur. Good evening, Michelle. Gent Nation tuning in tonight as well here.
Look, if it doesn't have 4 wheels on it, I'm not watching it.
Getting ready to go back green flag racing. So you watch roller hockey. That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Getting ready to go green flag racing. Jessica Kennis with control. Sorensen in second once again. Single file restart here. Coming down to the start finish line. Down and away we go. Green flag once again here from Airbourne.
Sorensen try to stay right up against that 31 car. 31 really is using a lot of the racetrack there, but Sorensen's staying with him here. You get right to his back bumper coming through 3 and 4. You see that 59 Duke Sorensen really getting the bottom really well there, right down the dirt.
I say further on back, Tyler Stallhood out into the grass. That's allowed Josh Boyer to get on by. Spat of 4 now challenging for position. Couple side-by-side battles there. 44 to the inside of the 19. Rod Weston right behind him for position as well.
37 makes that pass on Stallhood. 44.
Oh, Bino!
Deep gets loose. 47 has to check up big time. Matt Smith. But they all keep it clean.
Weston got the worst end of that. He had to really slam on the brakes to avoid hitting that 44.
Yeah, well, Tyler Stallhood didn't really get off that well either. Off of the grass a little bit there, too. Started 5th on this, was making a challenge for 4th on that first start, and really got chewed up by those guys there.
Cameras have been lost here on JTN. We'll be right back with you with all the action. Back here on JTN, Ricky taking you through all the action radio style. Get those cameras
right now we're single file through the field here, but that 31, that 59 really fighting tooth and nail. 59 Duke Sorensen keeps getting to the back bumper of the 31. Stakanis just haven't made the pass yet as they come into turn 1 here. Stakanis will lead him through, keeps about a car length gap on Duke Sorensen, and Stakanis gets to the grass. He gets to the grass. Sorensen's going to come up with a big head of steam, actually checks up a little bit to give the 31 some leeway. Let's just Stakanis hang on to the lead. Sorensen's going to get a big run here down the front straightaway. But he's going to hang back for the moment. Right now, a little further back, Herman Reese, the inside is Tyler Stallhood for the 12th spot. They get that sorted, so Reese up another position. Another car off of the grass, 37 to Brendan Spatafor, just gets it a little bit off of turn 2. These guys keep getting a little tight off of turn 2, just catching that dirt on the back straightaway. And Joe, I see you have the cameras back. Am I still doing this radio style?
We're gonna. Something's missing. Something's wrong.
Something's missing from the pasta.
We're gonna be. Issues are happening. Keep taking them radio style though, Ricky.
Jeff Kennis holding the lead here at Airbourne Speedway, single file all the way through the field for the moment, except at the back. Tyler Stallhood losing another spot to DJ Hinsky for the 13th position. Stallhood having a tough time on this run here. You got to think maybe he's hurt that car somehow, maybe hurt the tires a little bit, but just dropping a lot of positions right now. Had a fast qualifying lap, too, 5th place. So 21 off of the grass. Steve Rubino off of turn 2. 41 does it. 37 getting a challenge from 47. Matt Smith dives in deep to the inside of 37, 3, and 4. Makes a pass for the 6th position. Matt Smith moves on up 1 spot.
Through the field. Ricky, keep taking him through. You got it. You got it, buddy. You got it.
Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah. 41, Josh Boyer now challenging the 47 of Matt Smith. The 3, 4. Boyer goes in deep, and he makes contact. 47 of Matt Smith is around, up and over the grass in turn 3. Just makes a 360, keeps rolling. And we'll have to keep an eye out. This will bring us under caution here on lap 20 of our 120 lap event here.
Well, we can't bring you.
Yeah, so I'll bring it back to what happened here on replay style. Matt Smith, Josh Boyer racing 5th and 6th for the 5th position here. Smith was up high coming down the back straightaway. Boyer got a fender in, about a quarter of a fender in, coming into turn 3, dives in it deep on the bottom, and they just kind of come together. Boyer was holding the low line there. The 47 of Smith looks like he was trying to arc it into the turn, comes down the track, and then they just make contact wheel to wheel there. 47 of Matt Smith goes around, but a perfect 360 up over turn 3 into the grass, keeps it on all 4s, stays rolling, no damage, no harm done. 47 Matt Smith still on tonight's event here. Pit road is currently open. We got not a lot of takers right now up front, but the 21 Steve Rubino from 4th coming down. Next will be the 11th of Smith, obviously. 2 Rich Frankel coming down. 17 of Pushrod. That's about it for people taking pit stops right now. Joe, I don't know. What do you think? We heard about this. Tires are going to be a lot here. Do you think it's smart to stay out right now, or do you think you're down getting tires as much as possible?
20 laps, right? We just ran probably a good 3/4 of that under green. So you ran pretty hard here at the start of the race. Yeah, taking tires probably isn't a bad idea right now. I never like losing track position. I never like losing the track position, but it is what it is sometimes, right? You gotta... Alright, I'm still playing with things on the TV end. I like track position. I always like track position in short track races. I think that's the best way forward for a lot of these guys. But, you know, you talked about Steve Rubino involved in that last incident, correct? Matt Smith involved in that last incident, or involved in incidents getting off track. You've lost your track position. You can get it back this way a little bit easier than if you're on those even tires. Make a very short story way too long. Larry, if you hit the if you hit that little gear icon, it'll have, because the stream went out, it stopped giving you data. YouTube will default to taking you to the lowest resolution possible on your video quality settings. As we're getting ready to go back, green to Kennis, Sorensen, Napick, your top 3. So then if you just hit the little gear icon, you should be able to change it back up to the highest resolution. Should be looking okay. Because mine did that on my end, too, on my second computer. But we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, Ricky. Should have everything ironed out. Lurking lap 24, coming to 25 here. Green flag, we're back underway from Airbourne.
Back underway here. Jeff Stakanis leads them back. 59 in the 6th, trying to follow him. Rich Napick seems like he gets a little squirrely in the middle of 1 and 2 there. Loses some position for our leaders, some ground. But a little further back here, side by side for top 10, the 25 of Ron Simpson, 19 of Rod Weston. It's a Rod and Ron show here, side by side, these guys racing.
Now, when I say that I wanted a little R&R, I meant rest and relaxation, not Ron and Rod.
Yeah, but you know, Rod Weston's hanging tough there in that high line. I think he's showing that there is some way to run up in that middle lane and still have the car be fast, but you see there, 25 could just throw it in deep being on that bottom. Gets that spot. The 47 to Matt Smith goes back around on track. That's going to be another yellow.
Sent it down into that corner. It just did not stick.
That was a good save, though. Just a perfect 360 back rolling.
Get your replay.
Now you can get replays, Joe.
I can. Bristol can now fetch the stick because I actually have the stick. There he goes around.
Now, the 47 threw it in, like, deep there. I'm wondering if he wasn't anticipating the 19 to be checked up as much as he did, and then you kind of see he had to dive off into the grass there like he was taking an evasive maneuver.
No, I don't know.
So,
I don't think he meant to be right there on the 19. Obviously, this game doesn't model, like, the side force and stuff. The side force probably would have caught that 47 car if it did. So I think it's, I don't know. Very confused. I don't know. I think he just sent it in a little too hard. And he's going to go ahead and take it to the garage area. Unfortunate end of the night for the 4017.
It is very unfortunate, but we still got a lot of racing left here, so probably good to get these cautions out of the way early.
Ricky, I just want to let you know that if you want, like, some great feeling t-shirts or hoodies or, you know, maybe you need a couple stickers for your laptop because, you know, I know you're not in school anymore, but maybe you know someone that's going back to school, or maybe you need stickers for your work laptop. You got to head over to the JTN merch store. Link to the description below. You can go to the JTN merch store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, you name it, we got it. Driver merch for different various drivers that have competed here on JTN, as well as, of course, our JTN logo merch, as I'm absolutely swallowing the mic right now. But all that and more on the JTN merch store. Go check it out. Link in the description below. Get yourself some JTN merch. Help support the brand. Those stickers are awesome, too. Just so you know. Like, whew, they look good. Got Fake Racers Podcast, our JTN logo, our Speed logo, like our throwback logo, the race cars. You know, Ricky, we got it all. We got it all. And you gotta go to that JTN merch store. You gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta
Fall's
go
coming.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Fall's coming. You're gonna need a hoodie.
You're gonna need some shorts.
I mean, we don't have shorts, but you're gonna need a hoodie.
You gotta get some shorts.
Go to the dollar store, get some shorts to match. Because, you know, you don't need expensive shorts. Just get some cheap shorts. Go to the old Dollar General. Because not everything's a Dollar General. And you'll be good. That's what that, I don't know if you've seen it, but the concession sign here at Airbourne, it kind of looks like a Dollar General sign because it's got black text on a yellow, like, oval. We're just having fun tonight here, folks, from Airbourne, just like these boys here at the HOBO Racing League. If you want to find out more about HOBO Racing, HOBO Racing, link in the description below. DeKennis with Control Sorensen all over that rear Nerf bar, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here, coming to lap 33 of 120. Quarter of the way through this one.
Quarter of the way through this race, I said it was going to go quick, and man, look at that. As we go green flag back here, Jess DeKennis leads them back. They could have come barreling through turn one here, single file, but Herman Reeves back the 8th spot, trying to look up behind the 86. Can't pull it off. The 86 going to get to the inside of the 14. Hinsky, nope, stays in line. Oh, 19 to Rod Weston around, so another caution.
Down and around in turn numbers 1 and 2. Let's get you a replay. See what happened here to the fan favorite, Weston. Uh-oh.
Looks like they get going here, Joe, and I think Weston... Now they're up going. Something happens up ahead of them. I don't know if Pushrod had to stumble on the start in the 17, but someone didn't get going here. And Weston checks up, and Tyler Stallhood, you saw it. He reacts, he slams on the brakes, but he gets in just enough to give Weston a good shot to give him a 360 there.
What a cheap shot by Tyler there. I'm so
cheap shot. Despicable. Disgusting.
I'm so disappointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen such a deplorable act in all of my 1 year of doing this.
About 1.5. No,
Yeah,
1 and a
half.
quarter. 1 and a
1 and
quarter.
a quarter. 1 and 8/16.
You know.
That's a half. Wow.
Yeah,
trying to
but
make
you
a
sounded
joke
really
fraction.
smart saying it. Bunch of guys down on pit road. Yeah, just that's one of those cases. Guys checking up in front of you. You check up. You just can't check up as hard as he could check up. Because you're reacting to him reacting, right? It's like that domino effect.
Yeah. Just it's a tough thing. It's just a weird bottleneck. It's not hard to.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens all the time. You're on the highway and you see someone hit their brakes. You kind of realize it happens to someone. Everyone in front of you will start checking up, and then usually somebody slams on the brakes too hard, and all of a sudden you have to slam on your brakes, and you're hoping the guy behind you doesn't rear end you because you don't know if he's looking. It's a whole thing. But it is fun.
There we go. Good job, Larry. Glad that we got that worked out for you. Because that's what we do here at JTM. We want to provide you the best commentators, which, you know, we don't, but we try. We want to provide you the best picture, which I think we do a very good job of. Bristol does an awesome job. He's always a very good boy. We want to provide you the best racing, and I think we've found that with all the different leagues we do. Here, of course, with HOBO Racing this Thursday, next Thursday. Bomb Squad Racing pretty much every other Thursday through the rest of the year. ASRA, TMP Monday nights, All-Star Racing, Excel Racing. We got the best racing for you here on JTN. But can't thank you folks enough for all that you do for us, and thanks for tuning in, because without you guys watching these silly little streams, they probably wouldn't happen. But can't thank y'all enough for all you do for us. Make sure to, if you get the chance, we've been kind of experimenting, and by we I mean me, with some different ideas, and we, as in some of our other folks, Fake Racers Podcast, add Matthew Steelman to the fold with myself and Davey Hazard. Those episodes have been absolutely fantastic. We've actually been yelling at each other, having some arguments, so they're kind of fun to watch because everyone loves conflict, right, Ricky? But also we've been uploading some little, I've done some little commentary breakdowns of different events in the racing world the last couple weeks, so go check those out as well if you want to hear more of my opinions on racing, which I don't know why you would, but I think they're fun, and I'd really appreciate your support if you felt so inclined. Guys, really appreciate all these cautions tonight. Jeff Stakanis out front still. Sorensen in second, just needs that long green flag run to have a chance to get around this 31. Down and away we go. Green flag once again, coming to lap 39 of 120.
You know, Joe, I could yell at you before the night's over if it makes you feel better.
Nah, we don't need to have conflict. There's enough conflict down on the racetrack. Single file still down the back straightaway. Pushrod having issues still towards the back in that 17. Have to think that's coming from that earlier contact with that first caution of the night.
Yeah, well, also, I don't know how much time he's had to shake that car down, if he's still been fighting some issues, or if he's still been having to adjust to whatever damage he got collected with on that. But right now, this guy's starting to boogie around this place single file, looking through the field, everyone one after the other. But Deuce Sorensen not letting this 31 get away. You got to think that Sorensen here is just kind of waiting. It's more of a matter of when, not if, he's going to pass the 31 here, because he keeps getting these really good runs. The 37 Spada 4 goes off the dirt a little bit. He's getting these really good runs, and then it just seems like he kind of lets the car stay where it is, like he's trying to nurse those tires. He doesn't want to like dive down underneath the 31 Stakanis if he doesn't have to.
Now dipping your left sides down into that grass. I saw Sorensen, he kind of hit it a little bit. Does that help at all? Does that help cool him down maybe? Is there something there that may, you know, not trying to do it, but maybe is there a little something there?
I don't necessarily think so. If it was apron, if it was just asphalt, then yeah, I would say it would probably help rotate the car hair. With it being grass, it also means there's no
Correct.
It's you know, we're saying more resistance down there, but almost at the same time there's no mechanical grip when you get down there, so it's not like the car's going to turn better when it's in the grass. It's just going to rip through everything. So it's a little bit of both. Maybe if you hook it, it would help the car turn to the left more, but if the car's already on the free side, then you might just over-rotate the vehicle.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that, so it's better to keep those Hoosiers all on the pavement.
These top two are still battling. Let's see if there's... Oh, Bino into the grass. Little loosey-goosey down the back straightaway, and behind him, 86, Darrell Brown going by Herman Reese. That 73, that gold and black car on the outside with the red trim. Got a 4 in the grass up and ahead. Batafora, Bino, both having good top 5 nights so far. Steve Rubino there in that 21. He's trying to get that outside to work down there in turns 3 and 4. And 1 and 2. You make it work one place, you can make it work the other, right?
Yeah, you could definitely. You just gotta figure it out. You just gotta know what line to run.
Gotta figure it out. Oh, Bino or Rubino into the wall. Guy that's kind of making a charge too, this 19, Rod Weston coming back up through. Really like the neon colors on this 19. Napick in the 6 as well. He was up inside the top 5 earlier in the race. But still, Jeff Stakenis continues to maintain the lead over Duke Sorensen in 2nd. Josh Boyer a distant 3rd, but have to think that 41 might be saving a little something. We know how good Boyer is. Batafora in 4th, and Dan Rubino in the 44 in 5th. Rounding out your top 5. I counted.
Now still all single file here, looks like. The moment looks like Jessica and Duke Sorensen really is one of the closer battles on track at the moment. You guys keep dogging each other.
15 people currently watching. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button on the video. It helps support us so much. Can't thank you enough if you do. Sorensen, so what I'm noticing, Ricky, and kind of take me through this. I'm noticing Sorensen is really aggressive on entry. Stakenis is able to get a better exit. If you're Sorensen in this 59, do you try to see what Stakenis is doing in front of you, or are you going to keep trying to do the opposite?
I'd say keep trying to do the opposite right now. You got plenty of time to kind of calculate your move. If it's working right now for him, it's working right now for him.
And what about Stakenis? If you're seeing a guy behind you diving it down deep into a corner, are you realizing that maybe your room for error is a little bit less? Because when that guy is really driving it down deep into the corner, if you make one little slip up, he's going to be right there and he could send you for a spin.
Yeah, you really got to be careful about that. Here, we've already seen it so many times. These guys diving in, and then it takes one little misstep on that, and then...
Sorry. One little misstep like what Sorensen just did there, getting into the grass down the back straightaway.
Yeah, pretty much.
That, folks, is how you salvage a mistake. The top 3 have kind of broken away. Stakenis kind of pulling away from the 59 of Sorensen. Boyer kind of reeling them in, so we'll keep an eye on that. But really, it's a freight train right now following the conductor, the 44 of Bino, Dan Rubino, in that modified. Fan favorite in the 44, of course. Doing a great job here tonight. Ricky, we're closing in on halfway. I think that means it's time to take the folks at home through some of our upcoming races here on JTN. How's that sound?
All right, that sounds great.
And of course, this presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together, we are better. Again, next Thursday night, HOBO Racing Modifieds from the Iowa Speedway. So we take the mods to a 3/4 mile racetrack, or no, is it 5/8? Oh boy. We take them to a bigger racetrack out there in Iowa, then HOBO mods again from New Hampshire the following week. Bomb Squad Racing Trucks at Watkins Glen, Cup at Watkins Glen, and Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen. Those are your next 5 here, of course, live only on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together, we are better. Although Lee and Jeff Stakenis together, they've been great tonight.
Yeah, and what else has been great? How fast these guys are going around this place. Really gives you a sense of that speed. We're already 61 laps in, a 120, already halfway. Like you said, officially halfway. As Brendan Spatafore gets off the dirt. These guys are good at it around here. 17, a push rod, almost gets the wall a little bit.
Now, some of these guys have made pit stops. Some of them haven't yet tonight. We know everyone's going to have to make one.
Yeah, you got to think these guys up front. Probably these guys up front, honestly, if they're staying ahead of the guys that pitted earlier, like they have been, they're in the best position here because that means they can go back down, get fresh tires. If we have to do green flag pit stops, they can get down and they'll probably hang on to that track position. And the guys that came in later will be out there for longer, probably, and they can sort of use that to pick up some time on them.
All right, there's a lot of news going around right now.
Takes a Rich Napick to the inside. The 19, Rod Weston starts to try to pull away, but Weston try to come back. Weston checks up, lets the 6 have it. So 6 car cracks the top 10 here.
Marcus
back up ahead.
Marcus
go ahead.
Cager writes in, can y'all race at Elko Speedway sometime? I think I know somebody that would like us to race at Elko.
Joe, 59, Duke Swords had actually started to drop back here. Josh Boyer has caught him and is now to the inside of the 59 car, diving in deep. Boyer takes that second position, so here comes Josh Boyer in that 41 Sirius XM machine. He's really got a fast little machine right now because 31 to 59 have been class of the field all evening. I almost called the 24 because he's got those Gordon flames.
Well, you know. Well, you're starting to try to make a run for the lead here. He's moved up into second, but it's still the Jeff Stakenis show. So don't get too hyped right now about the progress of that 41. Also, pit stop still upcoming here. These guys, of course, can't make it all the way to the end on the single tank of fuel and Hoosier tires.
These guys coming through the field here right now. Justin Kennis hanging on to that lead, but Josh Boyer has been running consistently faster laps right now, Joe. Not by a lot, mind you, but it's just short track, so these lap times are going to be very close no matter what. But
right.
Boyer literally faster by maybe a couple hundredths. That time it was 2/10. That is a lot of difference there. So, Darren Ingram checking in chat saying, hi, friends. Hello, Darren. But right now, I think this is where it's going to come down. The 31 and the 41 right now racing for position. Now, Joe, do we know if the 41 of Boyer pitted
No, I don't think
any
he
of these
did.
last runs? Because
I think he was probably sitting back trying to save those tires a little bit.
that's true. Josh Boyer definitely very good at saying. I feel like every time we come to a track where that's
Short
even
track,
in the discussion. Yeah, any track where tire wear really comes into discussion like that, where saving early is going to pay off later, Josh Boyer usually comes barreling through the field about halfway through.
Another guy that does that too is Herman Reese in the 73 Habit. Oh, Daryl Brown!
44!
Reno around!
And he saves it, but is that going to bring out a caution? It does.
Oh.
Lap 72 of 120 here. Joe, I think this should get these guys to the end.
Let's get a replay of what happened there. We got a great camera stationary in turn 3, looking down the back straightaway. Bino, I don't know. Did Bino come down on that 86? I'd say so.
Well, we need that chopper view.
Oh, we need that chopper view.
It looks like 14 Hinsky was ahead of Bino. Got very close to the grass. I think he got tight, and I think maybe Dan thought he had more space there. Was going to go to the inside of the 14 to get by him, but he goes down the track into the side of the 90, the 86, excuse me, and goes around there. But Dan Rubino does a good job keeping it straight, keeping it from sliding off into the weeds there. Just sat on the track, let these guys go by, got rolling again, and he's going to be able to come down, take four Mr. Feelgoods, and be back on track.
Bunch of folks coming down pit road. This should get them to the end of this one. Just under 50 to go. Hey, Darren, I didn't yell at you for saying the F1 race was a racing incident. I just said I didn't think it was a racing incident. I didn't yell.
Who
Other
yelled?
people yelled, but
Who
I
yelled?
didn't yell.
Put him on blast. Who yelled?
I don't remember. I think it was before I got there. Darren, please confirm. I don't think I yelled, though, and if I did, I apologize. That's not something to yell about. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, not me, other people. See, Ricky, I don't yell.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard you yell. See a tiny vein in your forehead start to pop out, and you just sort of like
Go for it.
go for it. Yeah.
Just full send at that point, right?
I know who's full sending it right now. These
Oh.
guys here. I forgot the name of the track. Airbourne Speedway. I almost called it Altitude. Someone's gonna get mad about that. But Airbourne Speedway here, these guys really are full tilt tonight, racing as hard as possible. Looks like from this cycle, the 59 has gotten back past the 41, Duke Sorensen. So Sorensen kind of getting a second lease on life here. Some fresh tires, probably a shorter run here to save that rubber. I don't know. What do you think, Joe? Do you think the 41 of Boyer is going to be able to come back and make that pass on Sorensen again? Or do you think it's going to come down to 31 and 59?
I think that 59's got some better short run speed. I think Boyer... I don't know if Boyer's style on the short tracks lends itself to being super duper uber aggressive here on the short run. If you're Jeff Stakanis, though, you're feeling really good because now you got your track position, you got your tires, you got your racing fuel that'll get you to the end of this race. Now you just know you got to execute there from position number 1. Sorensen's going to be really close here on the short run, I think. I think Boyer will kind of let it see what happens, let those two battle each other, and then go from there. And I think that's what you got to do when you're the guy running third here on a late race restart with still, a decent chunk of the race left. But to answer your question, I think Boyer can get back around him. It's just going to take him some time. Did I even answer your question?
I think that answered the question. No problem.
Did you even remember what the question was?
Nope, but pace cars coming down onto pit road here. We are going to go back green on lap 78 of 120. Jeff Stakanis going to lead us back with Duke Sorensen in second, Josh Boyer in third, Ron Simpson fourth, and DJ Hinsky in the fifth spot. They come back down. 31's waiting on the flagman, waiting for the flagman. There it goes, green flag, and we are back racing here at Airbourne Speedway. You're getting better with those calls, Joe.
You're doing better. I'm so proud of you. Car out into the grass.
Yeah, 6 and Epic.
Got a 4 now trying
like
to work to the inside of that 6 after that mistake.
It seems like that dirt's worn in enough on the backstretch there that you kind of get a little bit of a break if you drift off into it. Because I'm not seeing anyone really get too loose. But the 41, Josh Boyer, all the way off into the weeds there. Comes back on track. 31 right now up front, though. Jeff Stakanis looks like he's over-rotating the center just a little bit at the moment. That's really where Sorensen is getting his run. You can see where he's scrubbing off speed. Duke Sorensen, God knows, to the inside. He is there. He's going to try to make the pass coming into turn 3 here.
This has to be his moment. He had a chance earlier in the race where Stakanis made a slight slip up to get to the inside. He did the gentleman's thing and let the 31 go. Now he knows it's time to go to try to take over that lead here because we're coming down to the end of this one.
And Joe, with what Josh Boyer did, if you know that 41's good in the long run, you really want to get past this leader and start putting some space on everyone. Because when Boyer catches Stakanis, he's got to fight with him before he can even get up to second, assuming the 59 can pass the 31 here. So if you're Duke Sorensen, there's a lot of incentive right now to get past that leader and to start gapping him.
Look at that brain of yours is always thinking 3 steps ahead, isn't it?
3 steps forward, 4 steps behind.
Oh, so you do live in the past.
Exactly.
Quick maths.
Look at on track right now. The 21, Steve Rubino gets by Darryl Brown for the 7th spot.
Trying to make a charge back to the front, trying to get up inside of that top 5.
Don't worry, I've been stumbling on my words all night. Just gotta own it. 31, Jeff Stakanis started to gap. I was about to say he started to gap the 59, but every time he starts to gap the 59, Duke Sorensen off into the dirt.
Josh Boyer just straight up committed to running out into the dirt that time.
Sorensen just threw it in deep into turn 3 there. I think he was really trying something, but you can see it kind of hurt him quite a bit there. Stakanis about 4/10 faster, which is nothing to sneeze at. Already about a second ahead of second place. So just Stakanis got a little bit of breathing room here right now, but Again, short track, close lap time. You really can't afford to screw up, and that's what that 59 needs to do, is just make sure he keeps hitting his marks. Doesn't have any small stumbles. '41 and Boyer gets a little bit in that dirt again, or really hitting that dirt a lot. Shows you how much racetrack he is trying to use to get a run coming off the turn.
A little more resistance, but a little less grip too, right out there.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to explain, but it's just sort of like it's pulling the car back, if anything. It doesn't help you go faster. Right now, Justin Kennis holds that lead. Duke Sorensen stemmed the bleeding on that lap time differential, but now he's a second back on him. Josh Boyer started to rear down on the 59. Boyer, not the fastest on track though, but he just ran his fastest of the race, so he's in the ballpark, so that's good.
Yeah, but I want to hit it out of the ballpark.
Got a little bit of a traffic jam by him fifth here. DJ Hinsky right behind him. We have the 73 of Herman Reese. Reese starting to move up through the field. 21 Steve Rubino. 86 Darryl Brown. Rich Knappick in the 6th. Brendan Spatafora in 10th. All there right under a blanket following each other around this place.
A couple names that have been up inside the top 5 here tonight. The other thing, you know, are some of these guys maybe worried that if I try to make a pass and I lose momentum, I lose my rhythm, another guy gets under me, am I going to the back of this line, or are they thinking that, you know, now's the time to just... Because I'm just seeing guys that are just running in line. They're just having fun running in line.
I don't know. At this point, we're 92 and 120. These last 30 laps are going to go quick as we're at 29 coming to the line to 28 to go. This is going to rattle off really quick. So I would imagine these guys want to get going. Now, though, someone who's getting going, Duke Sorensen and Josh Boyer both faster than our leader by about 0.2 of a second last time by. So see if Stakenis keeps that up, or if that was just a one-lap fluke, because if Stakenis starts having that car go away on him, that could lead to trouble.
What do you tell your driver when he sees those guys behind him getting bigger in his mirror and say he didn't make a mistake?
You just tell him to hit his marks and make sure that he is really... If they catch him, just to make it as hard as possible for them to pass him, because this is one of those tracks where if you can keep that guy behind you, that's really all you need to do. Duke Sorensen gets up high, lets the 41 on by Josh Boyer. Here comes Josh Boyer into the second spot. He is cooking out there in that 41 car.
Trying to rear down on that 31 of Stakenis, who has pretty much led every single lap here tonight, save for a few, under caution.
Now, Joe, I think I know why that 41's so fast. He's got a big ECR sticker on that hood. Earnhardt Childress Racing, or wherever the engine company is again. Make modified engines?
Yeah, you can put any engine in a modified.
You think so? You think he's got something? You don't think they give him a little something special?
I have a buddy that actually raced against somebody that used a Hendrick engine in his dirt mod, so...
Well, then there you go.
He was like,
I know.
He was like, yeah, that guy pretty much he blew us away, even though he wasn't as good of a driver. Like, that's about right from a race car driver saying that. Oh, it was only the equipment.
Well, you know, 41 Josh Boyer making a good case for that right now. Just been consistently running faster laps than our leader here. See, he comes across the line this time. This was the first lap in quite a while that Jeff Stakenis had a faster lap by about only about 0.03 of a second. Or 0.05 of a second, excuse me. So these guys starting to kind of even out, but Boyer's just been kind of trying to reel him in. The question is, how long does he have here? It seems like right now he can consistently put up 18.7s around this track. It seems like Jeff Stakenis is running consistently 18.8s, 18.9s, and then every now and then he puts up an 18.7.
Darryl Brown getting by Steve Rubino for position. This pack has kind of come up on the 25 Prestone machine of Ron Simpson. DJ Hinsky trying to find his way around for 4th.
Hinsky's looking, and he's going to have Herman Reese all over him if he's not careful. And for the moment, they stay single file around this place, but they're all right there under each other. 19, Rod Weston gets off the dirt a little bit. Tyler Stallhood in the 15 does the same thing. They keep it straight.
Some of these guys not having nights I think that they thought they would have.
Yeah, I saw some of these guys that qualified up to the top 5. Tyler Stahl qualified 5th and kind of been mired back in 13th all evening. Some of these guys had some really good qualifying laps. It just wasn't in the cards for the race, unfortunately.
How do you regroup after this one if that's the case?
You just got to put it out of your head. I think that's you don't want to put out of your head is when people are passing you. Herman Reese got a pass from Darrell Brown for the 6th spot. Brown really trying to make this work on the bottom of that 86 car. Gets by Reese with the position. 21 is Steve Rubino is going to try to go with him. 73 just grazes the wall just a hair. You don't want to do that in modifieds.
Don't want to do that in modifieds indeed. Reese looks like he's gonna stem the bleeding finally. Get down in front of Napik for position.
Joe up front, it looks like Jeff Stakenis has stemmed the bleeding. The 31 started running even lap times of the 41, keeping about a 1.25 second gap between these two. Looks like as these tires are starting to wear in, because they're definitely seeing some lap time drop off. It seems like Stakenis is starting to feel pretty good. I know we were talking earlier about a concern that he might have a short run car, but right now that thing's looking pretty racy in the long run.
I'm up on lap traffic too. He'll have to get around Pushrod A-OK.
That'll be tricky, but I think Pushrod will give him the space that he needs.
Yeah, he's going to give him the space, right? He's going to let him get down to the inside down here into 3 and 4, so Stakenis goes on by the 17. That 17, of course, Knight started off horrendously getting involved in that opening incident that kind of caused what we're assuming, some motor damage on that 17, so Pushrod's car definitely not to its full potential here tonight. Hate to see that for that race car driver.
Yeah, and as Jeff Stakenis gets on by him, Sherrod shouldn't put up too much of a fight for the 41. Next thing the leader's got to deal with is the 2 of Richard Fenkel, who's up ahead of him. It's also going to be a tough challenge to pass just because of how close these lap times are, how narrow this racing group is. Gotta hope that these guys give him some lenience there, even though they're technically going to be competing for that lucky dog spot. A little further back, Joe. 4th place on back. 25, Ron Simpson. DJ Hinsky to the inside of him. 14 trying to get to the inside of the 25. The 86, Darrell Brown trying to go with them. 14 is going to be there side by side with Simpson down the straightaway here. Keep it at turn 1, and he doesn't clear Simpson yet, but Simpson wiggles up the track, and that's going to let the 86 on by.
Those two get by. Simpson really close on the back bumper of the 86. Steve Rubino with a big
caution.
Well,
and at 10 to go here, Joe, we have a caution.
Well, this is, of course, our TWB 10 to go, and on behalf of TWB, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com for porches, patios, and more for all your outdoor lighting needs. That's GardenLightsDirect.com. That's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go. Let's fetch you that replay. What happened?
Herman Reese in the 73. He
sorry.
It looks like that.
He went into the shadow realm.
Yeah, it just looks like the throttle hung, and Reese just went airborne.
And he's gonna be out there. There he goes.
Jumping through the forest there.
Into the thick of it.
I've heard of VTEC kicking in. What's the phrase for North Star kicking in?
I don't know.
Explosion?
There
Reese all the way off
there
into
he
the
goes.
woods there. Took out Tarzan going through those trees.
Come on, get all the jokes out.
Very unfortunate for the 73 Herman Reese, who's been good tonight, been making his way up through the field. Very confusing what happened there. He must have had a hung throttle or disconnected wheel or something, because just full speed off the banking.
Did we go on board with him here?
Yeah, let's go on board with him. In case the folks at home want to become one with nature, right along with the 73 of Herman Reese.
Oh, there's a tire barrier out there to help protect some of those forest creatures.
Yeah, good to see he's okay, but my goodness, that was I hope the landscaper was prepared for that.
Landscaper gets a raise after that one. Caution's still out, so got a couple laps for you. It's to Kenneth, Boyer, Sorensen, your top 5.
Now, Joe, if my understanding is correct, these guys can pass in 1 and 2 with 10 to go, correct?
Yes.
On that restart?
Yes.
Yeah, so HOBO Racing League rules.
I don't like you going too wide down into 1 and 2. But 10 to go, we get rid of that rule because...
So Josh Boyer's really going to want to get a little
restart.
bit... Yeah, get a little bit of... Muster up some moxie here because he's really going to want to dive that turn, get side by side with 31. He doesn't want Jeff Stakens to get away from him. Hopefully these laps let him cool down those tires. We get the 1 to go here. The restart, lap 116 of 120 will be going at 117, so 4 laps to go in tonight's main event. It's get ready. It's going to be a quick one. That's a minute.
Oh my goodness.
That's a less than a minute, actually.
2 miles left in this one. Can you believe it? Getting ready to go back.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. It's crazy. 2 miles left of coverage here in the original JTN studio. Can't believe it. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Stakens with control. Has had control of the race all night long. Going to look to close the deal here. Josh Boyer going to try to play upset. Green flag. We're back underway here at Airbourne. That 41 sends it down into turns 1 and 2.
Josh Boyer really throws it in deep. You see him wash up the track there. Stakens got a really good restart, though, and I think it's going to hurt Boyer a little bit. Now he's really got to play offensive to catch this 31. Hope that he makes a mistake. Oh, 37 goes sideways. 25 makes contact, and they are around. The caution. It is going to be for the race win here, Joe.
A couple of our leaders didn't take it yet, so we'll keep watching. Stakens down into 3 and 4. Josh Boyer, Duke Sorensen trying to catch him. They won't. Coming off of turn 4, Stakens sees the yellow. Might as well be the checkered flag. He'll win here at Airbourne. Let's get you a replay of that incident. He spat a 4. He checks up behind the 44. Ron Simpson can't check up. Hits the back of the 37, sends him around.
Yeah, just that ever so slight of contact just sends a 37 to spat a 4 around there. Very unfortunate, both those guys, because it really did seem like it was just a checkup there, but sometimes that's the nature of short track racing.
It's just short track racing, you know, as Joey Logano would say.
Short track racing, you know.
White flag in the air one final time here from Airbourne. Jeff Stakens, he's going to win it. Josh Boyer, Duke Sorensen, your top 3. We'll talk with our podium if we get the chance to do so. See if they want to make their way into the media center. Fantastic little race here tonight, huh, Ricky?
Oh, that was fantastic.
You got any questions to ask?
Nope.
Of course you don't. Coming to the line, checkered flag in the air. Jeff Stakens wins it at Airbourne. Get you those results on your screen momentarily. Talk with our podium finishers down in that media center there. Also see if Stakens do some little throw a little smoke up there in the air. Right down, just Stakens. Like he almost took off and hit that guardrail. Parks it at the line for the picture. Talk with our top 3 here momentarily. See if they want to make their way into the media center. Talk with them. Ricky, though, I mean, what do you say? What more can you say? Folks, they need to tune in next week to see the HOBO mods at Iowa, right? I mean, I guess we can say that.
Oh, yeah, HOBO. I mean, this is what you get every week. These guys, it's just a bunch of wild, crazy, side-by-side racing, short track craziness. Sometimes you get You never know what you're going to get at this place, and it's always a wild time. And Iowa next week should be fantastic. Actually, faster speeds than here, a lot more banking, should make for a wild time. Multiple lanes, too. It should be an absolute riot.
And the thing about Iowa is drivers either love it or hate it, and I think that always brings out some of the best racing.
You don't trust anyone that says they don't like Iowa.
Iowa in NR 2003, though, is a fickle thing.
It is a fickle thing. That's fair.
Well, our winner has made his way into the media center, celebrated with the team real quick. Wanted to get some words with us. Jeff Stakanis, driver the number 31 modified here tonight. Jeff,
Yes, sir.
I think I think what we would call the technical term is a shellacking.
A domination, yes.
118 last night. That's gotta feel really good, right?
Yep, real good.
What went into the race tonight, though, preparation wise? It seems like you were in the garage area. You were a little more laid back. You calm and steady. You know, during opening practice, qualifying, you were obviously lights out. You had great practice laps too. But was it tonight just taking a little bit more of a calm approach to the race, or what kind of went into being able to run so good here tonight?
You know, we changed the setup for the fixed setup. Or Steve changed it just a bit, but it was it was a little pushy, but not too bad. Felt really good to me going into the corner. But also I had a ton of confidence because the last time we ran here, I won also. So, I mean,
It helps.
there is that, you know.
With the modifieds, we haven't been able to cover them as much as we would have liked to this year so far. What makes, though, the HOBO Racing Modifieds so unique, so special for all the guys here at HOBO Racing?
I think it's grassroots for Steve and Dan. You know, their dad used to do this short track stuff and in Jersey and stuff, and I think that's kind of where that lies. They really enjoy that. But I think the short track overall is it's just fun racing. You can get frustrated with it because sometimes it's hard to pass, but you just got to figure out how to do it.
Hey, well, I mean, don't give away all your secrets because you figured out how to do it tonight, Jeff. Congratulations on the win here. Before we let you go celebrate with the team, with the family, anyone you want to shout out at home, thank, the floor is yours.
No, anybody watching, friends, family, had a fun night. All the sponsors, Dan and Steve, all the other admins that make this happen, and you guys also that make this happen. It's a fun hobby. All my teammates, shout out to them also. But yeah, this is a great time. Good hobby. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Jeff, always a great time to talk with you after this one. Congratulations once again on the win. Congratulations on the domination. And let's try to do it again next week, I guess, right? I guess that's all you can do. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Jeff Stakanis, driver of the number 31 modified, your winner here tonight. Let's talk with our second place finisher, driver of the number 41, Josh Boyer. Josh, what was there anything you could do to catch that 31, or did he really have this setup figured out here tonight?
Oh, no, he was definitely class of the field tonight. The only thing I could have done was hope that when the 59 got up to him, maybe he spun him out. That was what I was hoping for.
I was going to say, we saw you kind of laying back there at the start of that long green flag run there after everyone finally made their pit stops. And then, you know, once you saw that the 59 kind of lost him a little bit, you decided to start charging up. Was that a conscious thing, or was that just kind of just how things played out? Am I reading too much into the situation? What was up there?
Oh, you're definitely reading. I was given it thing I had, and those two just were rockets on the restarts. I couldn't keep up with them. My car really came in about 15 laps into the run, and I think that, you know, they might have run a little hard, maybe got the tires a little hot, and then I was able to catch Tango really twice there, you know, and get past him. And then for a while I was catching Jeff too, just, you know, 10th here, 10th there, but then I just kind of started to lose it. So the car just wasn't quite there tonight, you know, but that 431 was just a rocket, that's for sure.
Is there anything you can do? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good way. Is there, if you could have changed anything, because it's fixed setup here tonight, what would be the big thing to change on the setup for you, for maybe your driving style? What would you say?
It was really tight off for me, especially off of 2. Felt like you had to really, really wait on it, and luckily we got a little extra space there off of 2 before we get into the wall. Used that to my advantage a few times tonight, but yeah, just really tight off of 2. That's where I struggled the worst. We passed inspection pretty late tonight. We only had about 10 laps of practice or so we didn't have a whole lot of time on the track, and it was a tight setup, and I kind of got used to as the race went on, I felt, but definitely could have loosened it up a little bit off the corner and might have helped us out tonight.
Hey, Josh, always a great time to talk with you. Innovative interview. I think that's the best way to put it. And I hope the lawn mowing service, I hope that you started here tonight. I hope it's business starts picking up, because I think you really showed your expertise in cutting the lawn here tonight. But congratulations on a great run, a great second place finish. Before we let you go, the floor is yours. Family, friends, admins, whatever you got. Now it's time to thank them.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks again to Hobo guys. Always a good pleasure racing with these guys. Put on a good show. I think a couple of long runs tonight. JTN your network here, broadcast for us. Always appreciate that. All the fans out there watching. I'm sure Bino's got a fan club, and Rod's got a club out there too watching us tonight. So thanks for joining us. Anniversary was just this past week for my wife and I. So thanks to her for letting me do this occasionally. And we'll see you guys next time, whatever that is.
Next week, and congratulations on that anniversary too, Josh. Congratulations on the great finish here tonight. Although I think the anniversary is probably a bigger deal. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Good luck next week at Iowa.
All right, thanks, Joe. Take care, guys.
Yep. Josh Boyer, driver the number 41 after the second place finish here tonight. Ricky, a great race. Everyone's already left the Speedway. We're the only ones left. They got out of Dodge. They're ready to go to Iowa next week, which of course will be live here on JTN.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Make sure to tune in, because Iowa's always a riot, and these modifieds, they put on a great show.
And they put on a great show. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you put it into your calendar, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Next Thursday night, HOBO Racing Modifieds at the Iowa Speedway. You're not going to want to miss that one. You're not going to want to miss any of the action here on JTN. That's why you want to make sure you're subscribed. Hit the little bell icon. You'll be notified anytime we go live. But that'll do it from us here in the JTN studios. Last race here in the original JTN studios, guys. Can't thank you enough for all that you've done for us here over the last year, all your support. We hope to see you guys next time to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your week, a great weekend. For all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Klett, I've been JoeTowNetwork. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh,
Maverick!
Who did that? Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side, coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. So Musa gets it.